Hello and welcome back to Age of Wonders 4. We are continuing on with our great big storm giants. We have recently waged war against the rats. Well, actually, a long time ago we waged war against the rats, but finally we're making progress. We've taken one of their cities. We are in siege. We just sieged their vassal and are preparing to take over this place. They are being vassalized. We have vassalized Safe Ward. We are sieging down Blackwall. They have a couple of other tiny little spots, but our plan is from Renikash to move underground to their capital and probably just vassalize the entire faction once we're down there. After that, we can finally set sail south from our capital to this World Tree and Zaha Tur. And then this is my crowning gem. This is going to be where the rest of the game, the war of the game, takes place as we prepare ourselves for an expansion victory, which is still, I think, kind of a ways out. I want to say. Yeah, we only have 74 out of 160 provinces, so we still have lots to grow. But we've got room to do it. We ended on an intern, ergo. Let's begin on an intern. Talking a little bit this morning about the role play of games like Age of Wonders, Stellaris, Crusader Kings, Europa as well. Yeah, playing it as role play. Pick idea groups based on nations you feel rather than the same OP meta. Yeah, I mean, I really think that's what, you know, Paradox is grand strategy, but it's grand strategy role play combined in a different way. So, Stanley, thank you for the primer. Welcome on in. Much appreciated. Welcome to the agency. You saw on Reddit that the Fire Giant Kings are kind of bugged underground. Their steel gives the wrong tile tags. Oh, interesting. We're going to do a Fire Giant playthrough next. I have a very cool Fire Giant playthrough built, planned, scoped out. So I'm excited to see what it's all about. And then we'll save Frost Giants for last. Does this guy know where he's going? No. This is a extra bonus army we built that was just kind of defending our territory. Can I purge this? Can release as a disconnected province. Part of me is wondering, what if I come down here and clear that out? Alternatively, I could use this guy to clear some of these locations. Sort of feels like a bit of a waste. But no, you know what? Maybe that's a fine choice. We got the teleporters here. Why not? Why not? Why not? P5, thank you for the follow as well. Welcome to the agency. So this is being vassalized. Let's... Will I heal more outside this terrain? Looks like it. We're just going to block this cave off, do a turn of healing here on the surface. You guys are still sieging down Blackwall. We're going to cast Bounty of the Sea on Slag Falls. Get those guys boosted up. Gives the cavern tag instead of the special cavern type. Your fast movement does not work. You have to take 12 movement to move in your own land. Fire cavern. I didn't know that was a special type. Confirmed bugged. Hopefully we'll be fixed soon. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. I don't think we have anything else we really need to be casting here. We could be doing things like summoning more elementals. Part of me thought about having big elemental armies rolling around. Right now, I don't know that I necessarily have the mana for that. I'd be more inclined to build more of these giant armies. We're also about to get the Shrine of Prosperity down, so we're going to have access to Blessed Dragons, Radiant Guardians, and Righteous Judges. That being said, though, I don't think we actually need to use any of those guys. We sort of have an alternate variation of them. So I'm just going to queue up some buildings. Queue up some Liege Guards, I should say. You know what? I'm actually going to queue them up north. try to spread my armies out so that all the different aristocracies have a collection. Oh, those giants should definitely have been coming over here. One elemental army, one regular army, and then one half army. But you'll probably be okay. We're going to take these guys and have to go on that astral rift afterwards. Otto the Discarded has returned, so he is in this capital city right now, which is good for us. Because it does mean if he refuses to vassalize, he'll get wiped out when we take the city. We'll get the 2-for-1. The 2-for-1 special. Yes, and we have a quest to take this outpost. Absorb, migrate, or vassalize, or pillage. Lots of options. Newton, hello. Good morning. Welcome, welcome. He's spread over this Ashen Ruin as well, and he's on the edge of that Gorgon Slayer. Takes the Ashen Ruin. I appreciate that this guy is making a pretty good city here. He's only at 15 as well, so we'll have lots of room to grow. I'm a little bit worried if he's kind of poking his head out from the underground, but I guess he's not. I guess he's got Pitchfeck down here and he's marching north. We get Blessed Armors. That's going to be really nice. Amplification Pylon is not a bad idea. Amplify Mines, also not bad idea. Let's start with that. And we gonna cast Blessed Armors. All right, let's go through the cities here first here. Obviously, you're going to get a monolith. You got a Tower of True Sight. We're going to pick up... I kind of want to say Fishmonger here. Go for some food. We can see so far. This is one of the few times that I'm actually in a situation where if I had one of those spells that would allow me to attack a capital, it would be really good. The range of that vision is crazy. That's the Tower of True Sight mixed with the Watcher's Glacier. Incredible. All right, we're going to see whether or not you want to wipe out these guys. We can let them go. That'll give us true good. Pure good. Fight these ghost ships. Yeah, that's fine. Pick up a decent cloak, but nothing too crazy. So that was a Liege Guard and a Zephyr Archer we lost there. Righteous Judges and Storm Giants. Okay. We'll just send them back to town. We can pick up a Storm Port here. And let's bring you into siege. 6 turns of sieging. My God. We'll do a fumigate. We'll tower bombard, and I guess we'll undermine the walls. Maybe I should take onagers, actually, over tower bombardment. You can stand on top of that Spelljammer. You're going to come down, and then let's chat, rat. You become Overlord. 740 gold. What's the sitch here at Blackwall? Well, we win this. Possibly at some cost. No cost. We'll vassalize that. I wonder, does that drop his cost? 740. I reckon we're still waiting on a few things, so you guys are going to nap. You guys are going to nap. You guys are going to just chill for now. We got levels up on Clara, the Ranger. Archer Ranger, Crit Ranger. Whenever she kills units, she gets stuff. So killing a unit, resetting ability cooldowns is also nice. You won't get the bleed, but I guess that's how we're going to build you. You got some rivalries. We got some alliances between these two. That ain't good. Because she doesn't really like us. Grudges due to grievances. No. No, absolutely not. That will not be happening. You like us, but you're having trouble staying alive. You actually are starting to like us because we don't start wars. We become pure good, which is fantastic. If I could ally with her, I'd be happy. Because then I don't have to worry about this continent at all. Like, these two have combined together to absolutely just dunk on Bertriv. And that's been proving really strong for us, so. She also has access to my North Shores, so she would be kind of a bit of a pain if we have to deal with it. How does vassalage work in Age of Wonders? Can he build up his armies and then proclaim independence again? Technically, I believe, yeah, you can opt to start a war against your ruler. Against your liege lord. But I've never seen the AI do it. I will put that as my caveat. I also just don't know if they ever get powerful enough. Maybe if you were to lose some major wars, it would be different. Oh, this is going to be nice as a vassal because they also have a teleporter here. So if I need to, say, make a play against Stricklet, we could teleport to our ally here and then move across. Most certainly need to get rid of that Astral Rift, though. If you mess up enough, you're both weak enough. They like someone else much more than they could. Yeah, I guess, like, one thing that this doesn't have that you do see on a lot of other Paradox games is an option to support another vassal's independence. So if someone was vassalized, you could say, like, oh, if you go to war against your liege, I'll join you. Trade proposal. You want a teleporter pact. I don't really need that. My wizard's bond with Arachna has ended, putting her at -100 now. You guys are denouncing each other. That's fine. Oh, you want a truce? Yeah, bud. Just accept being my vassal and you'll get your truce. No problem. Happy to do so. You guys are vibing. You've made a monolith, and now Shrine of Prosperity. I guess. It's not a great one for you. 10% of food converted to gold, though, is going to kind of be valuable, given how much food we make. You can make yourself... You suddenly can't make yourself useful, that's for sure. I need to move towards this. So, you know what? Why don't I build a forester? And then the Grand Wharf is boosted, which will give me a little extra production. Blessed Armor is ready to cast, so all my units get grace at the start of their turn. We get a boost to all free cities or XP for all of our units. Let's grab that XP boost. I don't think we're sitting on this for any other reason. Vatriv is under siege, so those guys are basically done. They ain't lasted much longer, that's for sure. We'll charge up a lightning torrent. Just for good measure. And keep cooking. Support Vassal Independence Diplo option is one of the fun wrenches. Yeah. Makes it pretty clear as the liege which vassal is the troublesome one. Have we had an independence war once? After we took over a bunch of land, but I think that was in a really early state. I can't think of a vassal ever turning against me, but it is, I mean, it's possible. I've played a lot of Age of Wonders at this point, so I can't remember all of them. Paradox here, this game is pretty young compared to something with Stellaris. Yeah, oh, absolutely, absolutely. Most of the Diplo options are in depth, actually fun and engaging. I don't mind missing it here so much. Yeah, I mean, I see it as this game hasn't really had to go back and start doing things like focusing on the Diplo options. They're adding in different things with every single patch, but there's so many things going on that, like, there's no rush on any of it. Boulder, the city of your vassal is besieged by your enemy in war, Rakshazi. The city of my vassal, Deliri Stoneroot. I have not met this free city lord. This is very confusing. Who are these people? This city is under siege. Well, I spend resources to save Slagfall from Rakshazi's grab. This is a glitch. This is a big error. I should not be able to do this. But I'm going to absorb 2 population. And then I guess I got to clear out that Pilgrim's Passage. Choo 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 choo. What do you want to do next here, Buckaroo? More gold veins? Wow, that House of Hunger also will scale for us. Only problem is the only thing I can really build on it is a hut. So we're going to want something better up there. Maybe just like a residence field. Pourquoi pas? Why not? They have bound this guardian tree. And he's got the Father Oak. And he's got a world tree. This guy has 3 gold wonder trees in his domain, which is a lot. I guess it doesn't hurt to have Prosperity Dragon on standby if we need him. And how are my cities for stability is a big question here. You have more than enough. You got more than enough. And I assume then you have more than enough. So all of you guys can get amplified mines. We'll cast that over and over again. Reg hash has become ours. Black wall is 2 turns. Sieging. What I'd really like is for these guys to heal. I gotta step out of the city to do it, but I think that's okay. Archon blood ooh, tier 3 Archon blood. Because of reg hash. That might get us something fun. Affecting lifesteal. Magic Origin Slayer. Decaying disease. Inflict frozen. 2 astral dew. Well, maybe not. Damage reflection. Greater lightning shield with 2 astral dew. Greater frost shield. 3 Archon blood is greater frost shield. What else does it do? Necromancy. And hit points. So probably something like a wand. He's undead, hindering blizzard, rune of creation. No, there's no fancy one here. Huh. Maybe not. Check the tapes. We also play so many Paradox games and Age of Wonders like games, so I might be completely off. I mean, I've definitely had rebellions in other games. Ain't no doubt. Ain't no do to boot. Give this guy a Whispering Stone. You got a Whispering Stone. You got a Whispering Stone. Who else got a Whispering Stone? These guys down here, right? Aegis, Pact of Loyalty in 5 turns. I feel like that's gonna be a weird decision, but I'm gonna boost them. Doesn't hurt to have more vassals, that's for sure. Dawnwatch has room to build. Not really. Dawnwatch kind of has everything it needs. You count as a conduit. You count as a conduit, and you get adjacent mana per conduit. All my quarries here have special things as well, though. So I don't want to get rid of quarries in this city. I could get rid of some research posts and build a scaling conduit thing off of them. You know what? Let's just build it there. I'm just doing it for the casting points. I have 345, so we definitely should be crafting something. The question becomes what? You've got a shiny sparky rock. You've got this tier 3 bow that has Cascade. One of you are meant to have... You're meant to have like a big charge weapon. A tanky charge weapon. So that's what I'm going to give you. I'm going to go primary 2-handed weapons. I think I was going to give her a big sword was the plan. I couldn't really decide on what kind I wanted, so I might just go with this giant Nodachi. with a Rune of Power Storm. Lifesteal? Perhaps? And wet? I mean, that's not a terrible choice. Attacks heal 10 temporary HP. I could swap that out with something better. Like Retaliator 20. Retaliator 40. She's meant to be tanky, right? So... Retaliator works nice for that. Lifesteal helps keep him alive. Provoke and execute. Maybe we go with that. Chance of electrified, chance of wet, bonus retaliation damage. You do a big chunk. We could call this the... let's call it the lightsaber. That feels somewhat fitting. Can we terraform the ice land into swamp? Yes. Yeah, technically, yes, we can. I feel like it should be getting hit by that steel, but no, that's too far away. I kind of liked the idea of this frozen mountain up here because of the Watcher's Glacier, but... Boot... If I was to put a storm steel right here, it would flood all of this land. And I love the fact that we are just like flooding everything. So yeah, okay, let's do that. You've made an argument. I hear it. I agree with it. Let's implement it. Gold bank, and we also have keystone here. First, let's amplify mines. Storm steel. And then also amplify mines. You guys got a storm port built. I got to start thinking about what bolstering matrices I want. What combat spells do we actually have? That's a great question. Anti-magic tincture. No, that's combat. So these are all offensive spells. This is one protective spell with nature and materium. We have 2 tier 4 books. So Tome of the Archmage is next. Buff, debuff spell. Technically, this would affect all my units. That's a unit enhancement. That's a debuff. So an astral bolstering matrix would give us 3 bolstered resistance. I guess. This city has grown again. I have to save a point for that world tree. Do I want these sheep? So I guess 29 is probably going to go there. And then 30 will be the world tree. You guys remain under siege. You guys got one more turn. Siege, siege, siege. These guys are back up to full health. So there is a fishing ground here we can clear. Not at 1600 we can't actually. So I will move him out of there instead. We gon' bounce. What does the Archmage book really give us? Remember that all tier 5 books are available? Oh, you're right. All tier 5 books are available. I keep forgetting this. Completely different tier 5 books since the Archmage Wedge doesn't have lightning support. Yeah, I mean, it does have... So it's got a couple of things that are useful. Suture's been killed. Cosmic Overdrive gives all of our elementals a bunch of bonuses. $1,500, $1,400. Wow, this guy has really built up an army pretty fast. Ah, yeah, we're 2,000 in all of ours, though. You raise a really good point, though. Like, a really good point. And I guess, like, giants don't really need... Because the giants are based on rune crafting. So I wouldn't lose... I wouldn't necessarily lose access to the high-level affinity arcane surge, which is like not bad. Sutra has been banished to the void. It's like some stuff. You bound a wonder. You get a prosperity dragon. Yeah, you're totally right. Oh man, this is a crazy map. So okay. Cosmic Overdrive gives all of our elementals 30% damage and very fast movement. Astral Travel is handy. Time Stop slaps is very good, though it's extremely expensive to cast. And Disruption Wave also very good. 120% chance of turning off all buffs on the enemy for 2 turns. Tome of the Chaos Lord would allow us to spawn our ruler into any battle, but like all attacking units get killing momentum and hastened is also really good. I just don't really feel like it's like right for us. Tome of the Creator would give all of our elementals natural regen, HP, and lightning resistance. We'd get Tectonic Shatter. We could summon Earth Titans, and we'd get Earth Shatter engines. These are all really good. One of the other advantages of this is if I do build the... Because I'm going to build the Astral Harmonizer Lens or whatever it's called. Disruption Lens. So these debuffs are going to inflict 10 lightning damage on everybody in the enemy army. Goddess of Nature gives us forests. Oh. I did not realize that this buffed all of our Naga as well. 20% critical hit chance and 4 blight damage on attack. Mass heal. But I don't think Mass Rejuve would work. This is okay. God Emperor. Units in the friendly army gain Resurgence. 3 turns, make 1 unit super buff. Target enemy gets demoralized and condemned. Faithful or Zeal. So this one doesn't really make sense to us. I don't think Eternal Lord does either because we don't have undead units. Curse of the Reaper is great. Don't get me wrong. But it feels like that would be a pretty big pivot. Still does heal me. Yeah. Heals all units 40 temporary HP. And I guess like I could put the nature bolstering matrix so that it actually does 50 HP for the buff. Because I don't really have any buff spells right now. So I could put that on anything I want. 20% crit on all my troops with 4 blight damage is not bad. Creator is solid, but we also took Creator last map, so... %30 damage on elementals. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna take it. I think I'm gonna take nature. Because the thing is, I'm thinking I can still take the offensive astral building. I don't need to cast Disruption Wave because I can cast things like Chain Lightning. And so if Chain Lightning just does an extra 10 lightning damage, that's fantastic. The rest of this stuff is like, it's good, but it's not crazy. Buffs to all of my troops, though, is really, really strong. Along with a super mass rejuve. And then Forest Awareness is like, okay, whatever, but we'll take that. We do have a bit of this Goddess of Nature energy going about us as well, so...
Before one who can fully harness the forces of
so let's lock that in and take this. And that means... So you're going to build... I just built it, didn't I? Dismantle. I'm going to dismantle the Astral Bolstering Matrix and I'm going to put in the Nature Bolstering Matrix instead. You got a Grand Wharf. You're building a Resident Field. That's okay. Couple spells ready to cast here. Let's get the Rune Steel right there. And then an Amplify Mines on Dawn Watch. Someone on YouTube was also... They said that this should be called... Aurora's... No. Aurora's Watch. Because it's so far in the north. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I like that. That's a good name. You got a good name there, kiddo. I can't say no to it. Let's just grow you here. And then I'm going to build in that channeling tower. Just for good measure. You're coming back there. You guys are sieging. You're vibing. You're vibing. Oh, actually, Blackwall is finished here now. So we can come in and we'll get big heals in our Vassal's territory. Sorry, not you. You. You still want 700 gold. I got that money, honey. I don't want this town. I would just be vassalizing him anyway. This could save me a siege. I would get these other 2 spots as vassals. Let's take this deal. We outdone this war. The rats belong to us now. Now, you can head up here to the House of Hunger. You can... I don't know, probably go there. You can come over here. You're all going to heal. We've unlocked ranges. Ranger. Movement cost in our domain is reduced by -2 points. I love that ability. Almost as much as I love units restore all move points after using a teleporter and regain a whole bunch of their HP. So I suddenly need a ton of Imperium. Make peace. Denounce, denounce, denounce. A Duchess has fallen. Okay. You gained a vassal, forged an alliance. Teleporters were shared. Fantastico. We're at war with you already. Yeah. So I guess that's what I'll do is I'll have these guys heal and they'll clear out this astral rift and then move down here. These guys will probably march down here and get ready to take Zahatur. My Giant Queen is just going to clear out the House of Hunger as well as the Pilgrim's Rest down here, Pilgrim's Passage. Oh, we got some options. I like that taking that book also put me to 8-8 here in terms of affinities. With the teleporters and that nature skill as well, we're going to be able to zoom around our empire. I guess we'll have to clear out these teleporters, though. So what's regarding this? 1,000 points, 14 and 5, so 15 and 15, basically. Yeah, once we heal up, we'll be fine to take that. There's a Cursed Barrows down here as well. He's already building up another big army, which is good for us. And he's teleporting around a bunch. Yeah, so our nature spell will now just heal 50 instead of 40. That's gold. The House of Hunger. Built by the Archons long ago, greeted by chanting and a most foul odor. You find a bunch of butcher ogres inside, feeding a gluttonous Karag's rotting corpse. The Order of the Glutton will soon set the devouring Karag loose on the world. Their mad scheme should be stopped. Attempt to taint the food intended for him, and the flesh piles will do the Karag more harm than good. Poison food. Yeah, why not? It's a 50-50. Nature crisis. We can afford the stability hit anyway. We thwarted the scheme of the Order of the Glutton and slayed the gorging Karag. A butcher ogre jumps out from a hidden alcove attempting to escape. With the last corruptor leaving the temple behind, the grace of the Archons that once ennobled the house is restored. You feel their arcane blessings surge through your body. How will you deal with the cult's mess? We get a free level up. A bunch of gold, a bunch of Imperium, a bunch of food, or a butcher ogre. Let's absolutely take that Imperium, which we're then going to do to unlock super teleporters. Totally one of my favorite abilities. And then you're going to go down that way. Everybody else, you're going to go down that way, and that way, and that way. Y'all are going to prep to take that teleporter back next turn. We got to level up on our ruler, and level 16, giving us the Grand Cascading Ruin if we want. Wall Army Leader. All non-hero units in this army gain killing a unit deals 10 lightning damage to up to new other units within 2 hexes. Also Arcane Surge. We could go with that. Controlled Chaos. No. The Brawn Rune gives us Ancient of Earth, which is always fun just for 30% damage. Grand Life Rune gives us Maternal Rage, natural regen, and 30 HP. Safeguard gives us Lead by Example. On kill, all friendly units gain temp HP and morale. Wow, that's pretty nice. Grand Disruption Rune gives us Eternal One. You know, we're chain lightning all the way here, baby. Let's take Arcane Surge as well. And then we'll take an extra 10% damage on our lightning attacks. Curl Chain Lightning doing 64. We actually have another whole point here. So let's take Magecraft 2. And next level, we get +1 range on all of our spells. Delicious. Never go against a glutton when death is on the line. Yeah, you don't like that, cat. I was complimented. This guy likes me. I was insulted by you. That's fine. A new rally has started. So I'm getting ready to go to war with this guy. Let us make sure we pay off this $600 ignore claims on provinces transgression. Disgusting. That way now it's a major justification when I go to war with him. don't even have a blacksmith here. I have a ton of money. All right, build a blacksmith. You ain't building nothing, kiddo. Actually, that's not true. You scale off of that as well. All right. I'll put a farmstead in here because a farmstead or a forester, it doesn't really matter. Lightning Torrent is ready. All of our mines are amplified. We've got storm runes down basically everywhere that matters. He's going to start transforming these mountains. Reghash are cold people, so I don't mind them living in a bit of a icy volcano. I guess really the next goal is start popping these down here. One, two, one, two, one, two. If I put it there, it's a bit too far in. I guess really I want it here. Can I put these in enemy land? What? I didn't know you could do that. Okay, so then 1, 2, 1, 2. So here would be probably the next one. Let's put it there and we'll get the Pilgrim's Passage as well. They all have 5 upkeep. But this will allow me to sink all this territory, and I'll put another one down here by this outpost. That way it's harder for the computer to get around and easier for us to get around. All right, you guys got no money, but we got to start building up these other secondary armies. Tertiary armies. Oh, yeah. We can also pick up this tranquility pool here for our vassal / us. He is invading a bit of our territory here. Might need to keep an eye on that. I could probably clear out that cursed barrows as well. Blackwall could be an acceptable city to take. But I like the idea of us just having a wall of vassals here. I think it's Zahatur, and then like I might absorb Penway as a 5th city. Because having this entire coastal city is very, very fun to me. I think more than likely that's what I'm going to do. They're also already my people. It's only 360 to absorb them. We should try to get a proper alliance with this guy as well. What's going on? Are they burning this to the ground? Arachna's the one who took it. Yeah, I think he's a good choice because, I mean, Arachna's more than likely going to turn against me. And if that's the case, then we have a real pincer attack. Wow. Capturing my claimed provinces? That's so rude. That will also probably bring me into war with this guy. He's more than likely going to call me in. Let's give him a province claiming pact. And then do I want his teleporter pact? I think no. Got that storm steel ready to go. We can start casting Force of Nature. This is going to go 1, 2. Here. Awesome. Awesome. We'll start riverifying that whole place. Our lightsaber is complete. So let's give that to Laduina. Oh, yeah, that looks great. Oh, that came out really well. It's got the cyan guard, and then there's the sparkle of electricity on it. I'm very happy with that. Big explosive charge attacks. You've got a tier 4 lightning pike, so I think you're probably good. Kremlo! He's got the Sundering Corruptor. I don't love this. It is a tier 4 weapon, so I'm not like in a rush to get rid of it. And we do have access to a new hero, and if I am remembering correctly, Vassalization offered us his help. He's a good hero. We are also good. I feel like I am happy to have this guy join us. He is one of my favorite heroes of all time. It's hard to say no. Start of the turn, marked enemies are struck for 20 physical damage. Wow. So fun. So let's make him a really fancy mage lock rifle. We'll probably give him enchanted plates. I guess he can have pants. Technically, he is not one of our guys, so... Light Vessel of True Sight. Let's get him his mage lock. The traditional weapon of Vassalization. Well, or we could get him a crossbow. Yeah, let's get him a lightning mage lock. Who are we kidding? +1 range. Power of the storm. I guess Inflict Marked would be kind of fun for him, seeing as he has that special ability. It's not a bad choice. Hydro check, thank you. I will need a couple goodies for this. Pyromancer's Blade. I think we can get rid of that, and we can keep this axe on hand. Probably gobble up most of these goodies. And we'll call this the I mean, it fires lightning bolts and has the rune of Power Storm. The Murky Spark. Yeah, why not? Murky, can I call it the Murky Sparky? Just an absolutely juiced up gun. Now, teleporter refreshes us, so that's a bit easier. Let's put him in here. We'll get rid of one of the Zephyr archers for him. And now he's got a big nasty army. And I have a bonus Zephyr archer, which could actually go in with these guys. So if you go here and you go here and you go here, clear out this teleporter. Pop you in. It looks like these guys just spawned a patrolling army. So we're just going to sit back here a little moment and see what they bring us. And you're going to come down to that Pilgrim's Passage. Then you fellers are going to go swimming around this way. Okay, rivalry over a war between the two of them. And them. That's good for us. Rivalry with them. That's also good for us. We're going to clear out that next round. Perfect. Perfect. He does have this teleporter here. Oof. Warbreed. 2,000 point Warbreed armies. Warbreeds are one of the best things for auto-resolve points. For whatever reason, they just get a load of value. I guess because they're racial. They're just like a racial tier 4, so. I feel like the strongest armies I've ever made for auto-resolve, though, have just been all Warbreeds, so. They'll be our own little issue. What's great is that all these guys should probably have to pull across to deal with him. My big concern is that if Arachna starts attacking, that they will beat me to Zahatur, which I simply cannot have. So let's clear this outpost quickly for this bounty. This will give us a teleporter down here as well. And then we will beeline across to Zahatur. Make sure that nobody else gets the greedy little mitts on it. 60. You're not too bad. Coming along. Single entity HP blobs. The AI is actually pretty good at shock units. Yeah. They also regenerate, which is really helpful. I feel like regeneration adds a significant hunk of value. Okay, you're going for that teleporter again. That's perfect. Bum bum. Dracolich. Charon Hoarder have bones. Wants to help. I don't know what is going on here. Why he is a nature dragon? Charon Hoarder of Bones is an undead dragon who has clearly glitched out here. He's also been in way too many campaigns. So we're not going to take him. As hard as it is to turn down a dragon, I simply cannot. $2,500. 25. Boop, bop, boop, bop, boop, bop, boo. These guys really could use some more heals. All right, we'll give them one more turn and then we'll take the Astral Rift. They've got to recover, so. Nature Bolstering Matrix that will then put in the Astral Amplifier lens. Also inflicts Sundered Resistance. I didn't realize that. Nice. Tranquility Pool. Mystical Seer is leaving in 5 turns. TBH, I totally forgot that we had him. You guys are going to come down to that outpost. You're going to come down to this Pilgrim's Passage. Big boy Belsarius. Guess you're also going to just come down here. Okay, you guys have 2 Liege Guards. Let's give you a Geo Zephyr. Let's give you guys a Geo Zephyr. I guess let's grab a Mint for now. Do I need a Spelljammer on these guys? I guess I just like don't think so. And y'all are good over here. I mean, I could be pumping out Storm Giants over here, but right, I won't have access to Knights. So I will be short a tier 4 unit in these places. Yeah, all right, let's make 2 Storm Giants. You guys got a rivalry going. That's great for us. Let's keep rolling. War beats are pretty good. The things holding them back are their slowness and the fact that there's a cap on regen for units now. What is the cap? That's actually, I'm kind of curious about that. Is it like in Total War where they can gain as much as they want, but only up to a maximum of like 100 points? Or is it you can't regenerate more than 20 points a turn or something? They're not that slow either. They have 34 movement. So, especially if you take something like fast movement, they are pretty fast. I might know this because of the next campaign we're doing, where we're going to have really fast moving war breeds. I might be planning something like that. Dragons and giants don't get along in pretty much every fantasy world. That's pretty true, yeah. Do love the idea of an evil druid turned lich. There's a great lich concept of a lich whose phylactery is a seed, and so they plant a forest. They plant a tree with that seed. That's their phylactery, and every time that tree makes new trees, they become part of the phylactery. So eventually the lich's entire phylactery is just a forest, and one has to burn down every single thing in that forest if it wants to kill the lich. And that's a pretty cool concept, in my opinion. I don't know how a lich would have a living phylactery. Like, I don't really feel like that makes a ton of sense, being as they are the epitome of undead, but you know, it's magic, so anything can happen. 60 HP on the world map and around 200% of max HP in combat when you last played. Oh, okay. Per turn, or I guess per turn. I guess 60 HP per turn, 200%. I have questions. I also feel like I've had characters who have definitely recovered more than 60 HP on the world map, but you know what? Patches are patches, so. Disruption pulse. I got a question. If I fight them here, do I have to fight that disruption pulse? Yeah. Probably lose a guy here. I can't believe I keep saying that and it keeps not happening. All of this is mostly garbage. I'm just going to just gen all of it. All right. They are now safe from the troubles of this earth. You're going to clear out this Pilgrim's Passage. We're not condemned because we have extremely high goodness. And then we absolutely just slap this. Get 271 Imperium. Nature Boon and a bunch of growth. Astral Boon and a bunch of mana. Imperium Boon and a bunch of Imperium. Let's take the Imperium. You also need to take that House of Hunger. You should clear out this because it's another research post. Sha. You can move here, dismantle. Move here. Move here. Start shifting these guys around. You still have movement. I better shut down the teleporter here first, because if they just teleport a bunch of guys in, it's going to be a bit of a nightmare. You can grab the estate hall. You're 29, so I only have one more to go here. We might as well make it you. Big farmlands up around the Whispering Waters. Laduna, you get graceful charge. Suppose why not? Force of Nature is ready. 136 mana and gold upkeep here, but 20 critical damage on all my units. I don't know if I care for that visual. I don't think I do. Because our guys have like sick lightning weapons otherwise. Yeah, I'd rather the cool lightning weapons. Rivalry denounced. A rivalry on me. Okay. Pay off that transgression. We were paying this guy something. But I don't know what. You have Silver Tongue and Fruit Berries? I'm going to buy both of those. Fruit Berries? Haste Berries? True Sight, Rune of Protection Storm, Mask of Hyper Awareness, and a Warding Helmet. Nah. Nah. And then we are good. Keep rolling. Haven't played since the Dragon DLC came out, so my knowledge is probably out of date. Oh, yeah. Okay. Presumably, if the tree seeds are also part of the Lich's soul, they could take some form of the forest and make some more forests. Would be a pretty cool BBG, where he's so old, like 90% of trees in the world are part of his phylactery. Be really hard to kill him. Also, I guess just the reality of having the heroes, forcing the heroes to start a massive forest fire in order to kill the Lich is very funny. Yeah, burning down the whole world. Are we the bad guys? Already starting to see the effects of all these rivers coursing in through the land now. This is Arachna. So I don't have a lot of time to get on Zahatur. Ooh, an accursed shrine he's building up here. Interesting. He has also bound, I want to say that's his second wonder. Ooh. You only need 2 wonders on this map for a magic victory. Oh, man. So, if he starts casting the Age of Magic, he starts the win condition. Damn, dude. Do I have 2 gold wonders? No. I mean, I'll get this world tree in a minute. I have a ton of silver wonders. This spell should count as nature and order, which means it will also give me temporary HP. 2 grace, 2 regeneration, 3 bolster defense, 3 bolster resistance, and 10 HP. That's a very nice spell. All right, let's siege this bad boy down. Fumigate it. Raiding party. That's good, honestly. I'd like these guys to be able to finish healing. So let's just bring down our friends. You're going to wipe out these Baylors. And then... honestly, I think let's just make your way to a teleporter, because you should be cleared out there next round. You need 1 more Storm Giant. We'll grab I don't know. I guess a material refinery. Why not? We're just kind of building whatever now. He goes into there with Geomancer, a Zephyr Archer. I guess 2 Zephyr Archers. Got Geomancer, Zephyr Archer. You need 1 more Zephyr Archer. I could put Righteous Judges in instead of Storm Giants, but I think the Storm Giants are the better choice. Ah, there's the call to war. I mean, we knew it was coming. We have a major justification. I do wonder if this guy starts casting the Age of Magic, will everyone go to war with him and be willing to be allies? And then if we're all allies, all we have to do is just beat this one character? I've never been in a situation where that's been the case, so... Whew. You just exploded. I guess, yeah, these guys don't have a Spelljammer here. Most absolutely, we need to get across. Getting this outpost will give us this teleporter, which will be huge. Endgame coalitions, great fun. Always a good time. Ooh, a sleeper sanctuary. I mean, this is all just going to get absorbed into Zahatur. I'm going to take all these outposts for myself. Mach is 40. After we take this outpost, I say we probably back out of war with him. If he lets us. Oh, you have an Ember Source Furnace here as well. Adds Fire Giants to the Rally of Lieges. Yeah, he's got no teleporter up here, so assumably, if I can just destroy his army, the rest should clear out. Undead Gloomstriders, it looks like. Is he undead or does he just have a skeleton face? Whiteborn. How do you have Gloomstrider and Whiteborn? Oh, I guess if you died and got brought back to life would be the only way that you could do that. That's interesting. If you were resurrected with souls, you'd come back as a Whiteborn. Your gun is ready, the Murky Sparky. Let's band all these guys together. And then everyone else can just come across the sea. Waiting. Waiting. You know what? Actually. Aren't you down? I'm gonna march you down instead. We'll grab the Room of Recall in case my guy dies. And then I might as well just queue up all those defenses for good measure. You're just waiting on a giant, so let's put you there. If I do that, this army can be ready for next round. Let's give you a mana obelisk for right now. You've got that Pilgrim's Passage. 11 turns. I'm going to do this so I can take the House of Hunger. $587 to $609. I don't know if that was necessarily worth it, but this is a lot of knowledge for one city. No sign of Arachna. Yet. We have a way to pile up 2 major transformations? Yeah. That's the only one that I can think of. Just because you can resurrect characters as Whiteborn. I never really thought about mixing it with other things. Most of the time I end up with Whiteborn as my transformation if I'm playing Undead, because it's such a beneficial, you know, it's typically so good to go Whiteborn. But now I'm thinking about like undead characters with crystals sticking out of them. Whiteborn angelic heroes in the preview streams. Yes. Yep. From 2023. Yeah, and the thing is you can only get it on your heroes. You can't get it on your underlings. Like your armies will never be able to stack 2 major transformations. But yeah, I mean, like Umbral, the Umbral transformation here with Undead is really crazy. It does mean -6 spirit resistance. And he should have -4 fire, but he's obviously got something else here stacking in with that. It certainly makes you vulnerable to certain things. Magical and physical attacks at ranged have -1 range but deal 30% more damage. Let's capture you. I guess you guys can start sieging this. Bring them across. And then can he use this teleporter if I am vassalizing that city? There's a question I don't know the answer to. You're a big army of giants. You're a big army of giants. Give you the Lord's Banner. I don't see an army around here, so I'm going to go straight into the world tree here, and I'm going to capture and release it. Oh, we do have favorable winds. Target friendly army regains all their movement points if they are on water, half if they are on land. Target is not valid. Does this not count because he went through the teleporter? Ooh, interesting. All right, well, we can keep it on queue. Rally Allegiance gets bonuses. Cities gain 3 mana for each resource node in their domain. Okay, that was like 110 mana per turn. +1 siege projects. Siege projects are cheaper. I mean, I am about to do some sieging. All right. You got me. Yahoo! Oh, you know what? I should have cast that on him and had him just attack that outpost. Wow! 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 That was a lot of combat noises. Oh, the inner fire giving fire resistance is probably what they have. Yeah, okay, yeah. Often had angel skellies. Yeah, I guess it's just like if anybody has access to souls, suddenly it typically ends up being that it's better to resurrect with souls than it is to resurrect with mana. Obviously, it's going to depend on your build, but if you have access to souls, but you're not really building undead, like if you're not going full necromancy, you're often just sitting on a big stockpile of souls. Pew, 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 pew. Now, they didn't use that teleporter, so I'm assuming that means they can't. Get the two of these. We got to release Pilgrim's Passage to these guys, which also means we're going to have to release this node. But I'm okay with that. I want to pick up Gorgon's Lair as well if we can. Steal that from Draktusk. That way this place would have two quarry-based options for mana and knowledge. And they could also pick up Mirror Fields. Mana per conduit, yeah. The Seers depart. Uh-oh. Here comes the business end. All right, so most of his armies are only around 1,000 points, which is great. All right, you're gonna go here. Right, one hero is required to start a siege. Oh, and you're stuck on this location until we're done. Barf. All right, well, no one's going to take that at least. I can certainly attack these guys. And these are like my 3 best armies. So I don't see that being an issue. It is an ouchie. But it's not too bad an ouchie. 21, 12, 17. Okay, let's attack with you. Beautiful. We get 1 escape. You run me a big nasty risk. There's no roads or anything here, though, so it's pretty unlikely that they can actually reach. We'll hold up in the meantime. This is super tanky pikeman. Resistance against physical ranged or against magic attacks. You're my main enemy. Dark. Joy Siphoners with super growth. Gloom Strider. I mean, if they're dark, I feel like it's going to be magic more frequent. Physical ranged. Yeah, magic is definitely the more frequent thing you're going to get hit with. That also gives us the option to go into adaptive armor instead of stunning bash. Damage reflection, dispel. TBD. Oh, you know what? Let's cast favorable winds on you. Now that's no longer a threat. That's a good spell to have in the back pocket. So I'm going to make sure we keep that lock, stock, and two smoke barreled. Just in case we need it. You guys can all kind of move around here. Great. See what these ones do. Undead Demon Hero sounds metal as hell. Pardon the pun. I mean, it's definitely got it. It's definitely pretty badass. Make no mistakes. It's a tough one. I can't believe this map only has 2 Ancient Wonders needed for this victory condition, instead of 4, which is almost always what it requires. Wow, if I only had like 1 gold wonder up here. Like maybe there's 1 underground, but I guess there's not. Not at all. Spirit Sap Smithy. That's a fun name. Lots of wonders on this map, but not a lot of golds. Which I guess is why you only need 2, because I think there's probably only like 1, 2, 3. And then the 4th one, there was like a gold pyramid somewhere as well. Down this way. Bounty complete. Staves of Grace unlocked. Tier 4 tomes. Tier 4 tomes, and we're allowed anything we want. I'm allowed to pick any tome in the game right now. Cascading power is really good. Astral Shattering could be really good for us. Talks about taking Astral Mirror as well. All my cities gain another +7 vision range. Allow us to get the Throne of Mirrors. Mirror Veil as well. Yeah, you know what? Let's go Tome of Astral Mirror. How can we pick any tome? There is a special random modifier on this map.
The ability to conjure an exact likeness of one's own body in its
that just allows us to take whatever we want.
Is a feat in itself. But additionally infusing these likenesses with reflection magic that sends destructive energy back at one's foes. Sheer genius, truly.
If the original unit dies, this unit replaces it. I didn't know that. That's kind of cool. Let's take Astral Revelation. Yeah, we have a world effect on the realm called the Unbound Tomes. Affinities blend and blur on this realm, allowing access to tomes otherwise restricted. Tomes have no affinity requirements, which is a very cool ability. We might as well capture this. It's got the Sleeper Sanctuary. So the rest of yous can start moving over there. Maybe not a bad idea for these guys to heal up a little bit. Stick some palisade walls on that. You've got another turn on your siege. Aurora's Watch is ready to annex another province. All the quarries are really good here, so let's just keep getting those. Belsarius has taken his correct sniper tree. But I think I'm going to rebuild this because it's got lots of stuff in here I don't want. It also doesn't have snapshot, so actually he is not correct. That. Accuracy or crit hit. Accuracy or crit hit. What is your crit chance? Can I tell? No, not really. 20%? That gives you another 20%. All right, let's do that. We'll grab lightning weapon because it does 20% damage against electrified, which should be really good on him. And then I think I'm going to give him Materium so I can take meteor strikes just because it's really funny. We'll grab slip away. I guess we'll take go for the kill. So he gets chonked up a little bit. He needs a hat. We haven't made him a nice helmet. But then again, I should probably be making stuff for my actual rulers and not just our guest star. Oh yeah, you still get pants. What can we make in terms of rings? Status resistance, wind barrier, frost resistance. I feel like we're missing all the cool ones here. Like status effect immunity. That's what I really want. Isn't there also meant to be a ring? Did they take out the Phoenix ring? Oh no, wait, that's on a trinket. Never mind. 3 tranquility pool. We're not far off that. I mean, we have 2 tranquility pool. Are there any tranquility pools down here? There's haste berries. Silver tongue fruit. Think some buffs to animals say buffs to animals and cavalry, but not all of them. Yes, that's correct. Yep. People are getting really hung up on their rivalries here. They can't seem to decide who they want to be attacking and who they don't. Oh, you got a big army here. Yeah, that's a big army. Staves of Grace we need to cast. So our bannermen get Cleansing Rain. It's okay. It's not really like the biggest deal here. And then, yeah, I guess we better just figure out, like, what else do I want to build? 20% magic. Phase, Farsight, Vision Range. Can I make you a better bow? Do I have any cool abilities like Cascade? 3 Tranquility Pools, 3 Haste Berries, 3 Focus Crystals. Man, Tranquility Pool is where all the cool stuff is right now. Hero Slayer and Magic Origin Slayer. Dude, I should remake that gun. I could give them a crossbow, which is something I feel like we've not really done before. Oh, that's incompatible now with Hero Slayer. Maybe I should just give you Magic Origin then. Do you want wet or do you want marked? That's a good question. Marked isn't an option, so we're going to go with wet. The summoning slaying crossbow. Whoa, 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 whoa. Games last longer. Never had a game go beyond turn 90. Oh, wow. Yeah, no, I definitely find like 120 is typically where most of my games sit. Magic Origin Slayer. The Smoten Bolton. Smoten Bolton. Smote them bolts. Like comparing Stellaris' different version, a lot of stuff changes in between them. Yeah, that's true. Not as bad as Stellaris, but the patches for this have been like pretty heavy duty for the most part. There are, yeah, certainly like little tweaks and changes. Some big stuff, some small stuff. It feels like coming back to it. I don't know, just even the world map and the AI changes. Mostly, I guess, the AI changes. It really feels like you're coming back to a new game. We're going to get this tree just in time to unlock it. Say perfect timing. Stellaris changes are not much bigger than this, apart from the 2.4 and upcoming overhaul. I don't know, man. I feel like I've had to relearn Stellaris 6 or 7 times at this point. And I'm not really complaining about that because I think that all the changes they've made every time have been good, so... it seems like it's had a lot. It's got a cursed shrine. Cursed ogres, blades, and tricksters. We'll have to take this city over and build a prosperity shrine there instead. Just to show them what's what. One step forwards, one step backwards. Love having to relearn. I mean, it makes it feel like a brand new game when they do that many changes, so. I don't have any beef with it. Back when you played Age of Wonders, Tomes didn't require alignment points to get, and there weren't crises. Yeah, there's all the happening events that they've added has been like one of the major new things in all the DLCs. This guy's taking a real long turn, homie. See, maybe he's fighting over here somewhere. Here, maybe? What is that? Is that the giant? Oh, wow. It's quite the looker. Feet just covered in blood. Hands covered in blood. Oh, that's pretty cool. Don't really have much more fun playing Stellaris now than you did way back. I feel like Stellaris has added in a lot of really good like story elements that make it quite a lot of fun. A lot of Dark Knights. I don't imagine I can auto this. Yeah, man, I'll take that for sure. These are not primary armies. losing a single stone elemental and a Zephyr Archer is worth 20 minutes. Only change I don't like is the Empire size. It's a massive ball ache and requires you to micromanage dozens of things so the AI doesn't outpace you. I mean, I guess that's fair for sure. These are okay. I might still melt them down. You're going to take this world tree. Yeah. Perforester. I thought it was Forester and Farm. These are all scaling off the farmstead, so I don't want to move them. Snow Mountain. Snow Mountain 64? Swampy Devil. You've reached maximum population. So what happens now with my food? I have a Shrine of Prosperity that's converting 10% of all food into gold. But I'm still making 1,000 food per turn here. That's being captured. Oh, this guy doesn't have the cool river walk. So you lost a stone elemental. Let's just give you this elemental then. Y'all are in a position where you could just siege that city. I guess I should use you to take this outpost. Really nothing of value here for me, but add into the doom stack. Let's have it. You move down, you move down, you move down. You trigger that fight. That I will take. Because that's like a max level Geomancer. Yeah, I don't need to be taking damage in this. That's crazy. Okay, maybe not that far ahead. So you could just stay back. You can move over. You can come over. You guys are pretty far away. I guess he could just cast spells, which is maybe why those characters die. Condemns. Chain lightning. No chain lightning. None of that either. You get some chain lightning. These guys are chargers, so ideally I want to shut them down. You'll explode that guy if you hit him, so... If I use second wind, can we go around this way instead? Sure can. That's also a taunt. So let's have him go in here and lock down you, if that's the case. %. I keep forgetting I also have spells. Thunderstorms is all units become wet. One random unit takes lightning damage. This is all units become wet. 2 enemy units sustain lightning damage, become electrified, and it repeats. So let's probably load up that. Let's load up Grand Protection. And then we'll load up Chain Lightning here as well. I could cast Mass Rejuve. But I'm kind of thinking Chain Lightning could just kill a lot of them. If you go here... Yeah, let's just... 19 and 65. Is that going to be enough? Sure is if you crit. You can join in the squad. You're forced to hit him, and he's got bonus HP. So we can do some poison, some zippy zaps. You're not locked in there, so actually let's not move you like that. I'm saying this guy's taunted, but I actually don't know that he is. I don't want him to kill anybody. That was the whole reason for this. Ice shackles on the group of them, and then everything else is golden. Big gun. Big done. Play on tiny and small galaxies, likely due to mods and an old CPU for you. Yeah. Be nice to try to finish a game of Slayer sometimes. Can't ever get it past 1,000 pops without it slowing down too much. So I think there is a bunch of new additions. There are a bunch of new additions for optimization they're making in 4.0 as well. So hopefully that kind of stuff will be sorted out, especially with the whole popover work. So, but yeah, no, I feel the same. Typically the last 100 turns, even on my big rig, the last 100 turns of any Stellaris campaign currently slows to a snail's pace. Well, no time like the presence to start this siege. He's got necrotic spires, beacons, arcane battlements. Let's fumigate them. Build some auditors, bombard the towers, and undermine the walls. Bring a couple more troops in tow. We've completed our Imperial Essence collection. We're now getting an extra 15 Imperium a turn. I don't know where I got Rainbow Clover from, but sure. Clara Weaver. I'm giving you a crossbow right now. I want to give her that crit chance because she's got that crit build. Collected, denounced a bounty. Well, I guess what are the bounties? Capture Father Oak, capture Outpost. Oh, yeah, let's accept that. I'm literally in the process of doing that. I do want to capture that Oak as well. I just don't know that I'm going to do it in 20 turns, but it's pretty likely. I mean, it's not like I get penalized for not doing it, so. My goodness. Perion, hello, hello. Not tried the beta. What you've heard is kind of a mess at the moment. Yeah, I mean, I know like the optimization stuff is not in right now. They've specifically said they're trying to make sure the other stuff works before they turn on all that post optimization. Jank is heck right now. AI can't build buildings, so they don't build navies and ships as a result. Oh, that's a lot. Against Agent's PC is better than mine, but I don't have that myself. I got a pretty good rig. I'm not going to say that nobody's computer ain't better than mine, but I will say this is a pretty good beast. PC slows down at year 100 as well. Your PC's an 8-year-old laptop. Yeah, okay, yeah. Not year 100, the last 100 years. So whatever that ends up, you know, on like a standard game, those last 100 years in Stellaris just grind. Mostly because there's too many ships, I feel like, more than anything else. But I also have a terrible tendency to play on big, huge galaxies. I just want to see all the space. I want big space. I can't help myself. Excuse me. I'm allergic to big space. Certain hardware versus other hardware issues. Yeah, I mean, that's also like, you know, it could be that it doesn't work well on an Intel CPU, but AMD actually works better. It's the kind of shenanigans I'd expect. Oh, you took a little spot of land here. I think she's trying to free those Ashen ruins so she can take them herself. Which I would not be okay with. Because I also have an Ember Source Furnace here, so quarries are really good in this city. Dude, this guy is taking long turns. I don't know where you are. No idea where his armies are. All right, this is important to see just if anybody comes up along here. If anyone crosses the southern borders. Got in the habit of only playing in the largest galaxies. Yeah, it's just like, it's too fun. You want to see people sprawl out, but I play small galaxies every now and then just to spice things up. Big galaxies all the way. I like it when stuff happens and I'm not directly involved, nor do I ever have to be. Yes, yeah. Yeah, when you see a big war happening on the other side of the universe and you think I can't do anything to affect that. And you realize, oh no, in 1,000 years, I am going to have to fight that empire. Like, they are for sure going to be an issue for us down the road. It's really fun watching that start to build up across the way. I really don't need teleportation circle, but we'll think about it. Slaggy Falls. You might as well build a storm port. Seeing as they're really good. I also wouldn't mind a Shrine of Prosperity, but probably right here. So no rushing on you. Ooh. That's not ideal. Capture Heartfang. Capture Prime City. Capture the Guardian Tree. I'll put a bounty here on Prime City. I'll put a bounty on that for her. I can have them shut down the gold events. It's not a bad idea. Well, I can't really do much here. Not you, you. Let these dweebs be. So I got a group coming up here. They're in range of that outpost. 2,500 strength. Outpost has no walls, so I'm gonna need some troops here. That should be plenty. And then we have you, you, and you to take Zahatur. Let them heal out in the open. Those guys are just kind of on standby. The giants are about to come crushing down here anyway. In fact, I don't really need them on this outpost. I guess I just don't really know like what's actually down here, which is why I'm hesitant to throw away this outpost. I'm going to demolish that so I can take the sleeper sanctuary, which I am realizing I have to clear. But that's okay. We all want to do that anyway. If I had the point I would dominate on a small, I would be the same in a large. You just have more people to sweep up. Yeah, that's definitely a vibe. If you know, if the end games are becoming like too long, watching the Ottomans or Spain grow enormous, you know, you have to fight them in EU. Yep. Say I have an Age of Wonders, I want to be able to interfere with the enemy win conditions. Yeah, sometimes you do get stuck in a position where the enemy's on the far side of the map and you realize, oh, he's got all the magic wonders and I can't get to him. We've had a couple of campaigns that have been lost because of that, so. Landlocked in Stellaris, if they restrict the FTL, you basically couldn't go anywhere. There are hyperlanes and there are a bunch of other... So there used to be 3 different ways you could get around in Stellaris, and then they changed it and made it so that there were only hyperlanes and the other options didn't exist anymore. And then slowly they started coming back in as they introduced things like jump drives and side jump drives, and just twisting the way that the whole place worked. And so now you have a little bit of different options. So love the hyperlanes, turn them down to minimum for maximum choke points. Yeah, I like that vibe too. Yeah. The quantum catapult as well. Yeah, you can get around with that. That just allows you to like launch anywhere in space. So there are options for kind of getting around that stuff now as the game's got bigger and bigger and more balanced. So the fleet eater's kind of trash. It's good for some things. Jumping to the center of the galaxy, for example. 2-way temporary wormhole. Oh, yeah. Why can't it be a quantum trebuchet? A fair question. All right, we got an army on this doorstep. We're on the doorstep of Zahatur. We're taking this outpost. This is Arachna down here. I feel good about this. Who else are we at war with? This kitty cat, who's got center pike. The city's grown a bit more than I would like. I could take that, though. It would be a good coastal city. And then they got some underground city here. Halberg. They lost Hartfang. Hornward is their other capital. All right, so they just kind of worked their way north is really what they did. They went in one direction and they just went along this coastline and took as many cities as they could. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Zahatur. I'm going to play down here. I'm going to take Nolmok. I'll make this my 5th city. And then I'll have Father Oak and World Tree. And I could actually trigger the magic victory instead of an expansion victory. I'd have to bind the wonders, but that wouldn't be too bad. We'd be an Age of Nature, which feels pretty appropriate. I like that. It's very rare that we can ever get a magic victory. And having Father Oak be one of them forces me to have a big army down here that'll be assaulted by Night Watch and Center Pike. And probably from this guy over here, he'll also start sending waves over. Arachna will be assaulting the World Tree. It could be like a really interesting option for a win condition. We'd have to make some more friends. Probably Pink I would ally with. I'm going to give her a declaration of friendship. Is she going to like that? I have no idea. Lightning Wand. Yeah, I'll buy that. No, I won't. Not for $500. But we might be able to win her to our side before we start binding wonders, which would be pretty useful. Just the rat conga for it. Missing like 200 pounds worth of DLC for Stellaris. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, go for the monthly sub option at that point. So. Eager Explorers gives you a lesser form of Jump Tribe at the start. The DLC is in First Contact. Oh, yeah. Very, very, very crazy one. Nice being able to jump around. Okay, I think turn 110. We've got a war plan. We've got an end goal in sight. Let's save the game. Let's cut the video here and come back in the next one to see whether or not we can wrap it up. I think we probably got 2 or 3 more sessions, but we're in a good path. We have a plan as long as they don't start casting the Age of Magic first. In the meantime, thank you for joining us.